This science lesson highlights how we implement the blackboard configuration, also known as the BBC, as a cornerstone of lesson design. As you watch, note how subject-specific scaffolds and teaching tools are seamlessly interwoven with ongoing assessment. This strategy not only deepens students' grasp of scientific concepts, but also enables them to refine their skills as the teacher continuously monitors and supports their progress.
Dunaz asked you, in a multicellular organism like that of our human bodies, can you name as many cells as you can think of? Is anyone able to tell me the difference between red and white blood cells?
Red carries oxygen, white kills bacteria and foreign stuff.
Good. Yes, right. So we're going to look at that property of cells today. There's a specific name we give that property of cells. We call them specialized cells. So when you leave this room today, I need you to be able to tell me what a specialized cell is. And we're going to go through just 2 examples in this slide set, but I'm going to encourage you to find a lot more examples. So for today, in your biology Bibles, this here is the dot point that we are on under inquiry question 1 of module 2. The way in which we're going to be traveling in this lesson, there are 4 tasks today. So we've just done the do now. So here are your meta language. You need to be able to understand what makes a cell specialized. So a specialized cell is one that the differentiation is we can tell between the difference of a skin cell and a blood cell. So I'll give you guys a minute and a half to get in this table. If we look at cell specialization, every cell has a function in the body, no matter where it is, if it's in your scalp all the way down to the blood that's running through your toes, every cell that's in a location has a specialized role. And all specialized cells will originate from what we call a stem cell. Has anyone heard of stem cell before?
A stem cell is often used in like science fiction or science-related works to describe new cells that haven't been specialized yet.
I like that. To describe new cells. Stem cells, if you want to think about it this way, they're like new baby cells. This is an onion root tip cell. And let me know if you can't see this, but can you guys see like the purple dots? They kind of finish around here. All of these cells here are meristematic cells. They are the stem cells. The meristematic or the stem cells of the plant are needed to be able to specialize in the function of a root cell. So when I say in the function of a root cell, what am I referring to?
The function of the root cell.
What does a root cell do though?
It takes in water.
It takes in water and minerals. It's exactly right. So all of the purple. So this is a fertilized egg for a salamander. And can you see how 1 cell became 2, became 4, became, I don't know how many hundreds of cells there are here. And this is the part where it starts to form or move locations in the embryo. So at this point, there's probably thousands and thousands of cells. I want you to see in the folds of the embryo, can you start to make out features? Depending on where the stem cell ended up moving in terms of its location, if it was along here in terms of location, it would have a very, very different role to play than any of the cells that are in the tail. So we've got a few different examples here. I'm going to take the example of the human stem cell, and there's a few different things that it can become, and this slide will come in handy for the last task of today, where you've got the extended response question. So for task 5, can you go ahead and complete the closed passage? For this one is asking you to state where stem cells are located in humans and in plants. All right, so it should not take you any longer than 8 minutes. I was only able to quickly check a handful of people's closed passages. From what I saw, everyone was on the right track. What I would like you to do is just to read along with me. Next task will be task 6, which is on structure and function of specialized cells. All right, so I'm going to time you. I'm going to give you about the time that you are expected to work on for a question like this if you were working in the end of year 11 exam. The 2 cells that you choose to talk about as your case studies is up to you. It doesn't have to be the examples that we'll go through in the slides. So in this example here, we actually have a really zoomed in microscopic image of a plant root. And can you guys see, kind of looks like hairs? The next one is a blood cell. So a blood cell, its main purpose is to transport and carry oxygen throughout the body, but it can also hold on. When it comes to the question, the verb here is explain. And in a moment, I'm going to change over slides. I'm going to bring up the alarm matrix. But it requires you to delve into a little bit more detail. 2 named examples of cells. You choose whichever. You need to be able to tell me what it is, where it's found, what it looks like, and how its structure allows it to perform its role. And use the alarm matrix. We are here in the explain area. And remember, it's not harder. It just requires you to remember a little bit more about the content. I'm not going to start the 10-minute timer for another 5 minutes just to make sure you have accounted for this. For the planning table, I would utilize it personally. Name the 2 cells that you want to focus on. What is its structure? So pick one feature of its physical structure and what does it allow that cell to do. So in 5 minutes, I'm going to start the timer.
Same with the specialized cell that I'm choosing the blood cell and nerve cell. Blood cell is like a cell that carries the oxygen from the lungs to the liver throughout the body. The nerve cell sends and receives messages from the brain to your body, back, and it does this through like a weak electrical current.
The 2 cells that I chose was red blood cells and white blood cells. Write the structure for each of them, and then I'll write the function for both of them to find my extended response.
The specialized cell that I chose was red blood cell and root hair cell. The structure of the image looks like this, and we are going to write the structure and the function of it.
Of red blood cells.
Just like providing 2 examples of specialized cells and then explaining what's their function and providing an image in the structure.
I'm working on enzymes and how they interact with hydrogen peroxide based on temperature. And here's a graph, and as we can see, as temperature increases, froth height decreases. Now, that's most likely because the enzymes will get killed off by the heat, meaning they cannot produce more of the oxygen, which is a byproduct of hydrogen peroxide. And this here is it's about osteoblasts and osteoclasts, which are bone cells. Osteoblasts create new bone cells, and osteoclasts clean up old cells to strengthen the bone. Thank you, and good day.
Right, so don't write 3 paragraphs. You're only writing 2. The first sentence in each paragraph will be introducing the cell, which will also then knock this part of the explain. Your 10 minutes starts now. Time is up.
This lesson exemplifies the effective implementation of explicit teaching at Rudy Hill High School, showcasing a comprehensive approach to instruction across the curriculum. Through the use of the BBC Blackboard configuration, digital platforms like Google Classroom, and a variety of teaching tools such as visual aids and the alarm scaffold, the lesson demonstrates a commitment to clarity, structure, and engagement. This approach ensures that pupils are not only recipients of information, but active participants in their learning journey, equipped with the skills and understanding necessary to navigate complex scientific concepts.